All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of basketball, football, and the greatest spectacle in racing. This is All Indiana Sports, presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. The Pacers played with pace and pride and protected their home court to push the finals to deciding Game 7. How did it go down, and what do the Cers need to do to capitalize on this performance heading into the final game? Let's discuss as we go all around.
That's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam, and we're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks. What a win. Woo! I've been saying it all, since Game 5 ended. This game was protect home court. Don't let them celebrate a championship on your home court. Play it for pride, and they got it
And
done.
now you win by – that was a domination. I would say –
Entire fourth quarter. Didn't matter.
No, they didn't play SJ at all in the fourth quarter.
No starters.
Yeah, no starters in the fourth quarter. This was the biggest domination of this series so far.
It was on either side.
Yes, from either team, which is big, especially heading into OKC for Game 7. You stole one in Game 1. They stole one from you, so it flipped it. So you don't have home court advantage anymore, as they call it. So you got to go in. You got to steal another one. Everybody, had their typical games. Siakam had his, however many.
Only 16, but he didn't hardly play in the fourth quarter. He didn't need
to do that much.
Top scorer?
Andrew Nembhard.
No.
Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. Obi Toppin. He had some stuff in, junk time, but still, points are points.
Yep.
But the recipe, the formula, as we call it, did not happen.
Nope. It did not.
Halliburton did not have a double-double, and they did not reach 110.
Nope.
So what was the story of this game? The field goal percentage, pretty even. I'd imagine free throws attempted, pretty even as well. Yep, almost identical.
Yep.
Free throw percentage even went in favor of the Thunder. The three-point percentage, Pacers did a little bit better, but not a ton. Thunder had a normal outing for them. The field goal percentage, almost identical.
Yep.
So what was the difference?
What was the difference?
Turnovers.
Pacers
won that by 11. I don't know exactly the points off of turnovers.
Yep. See if I can look that up.
You'll look that up. I believe it was heavily in favor of the Pacers. Almost everything was identical, even, whatever you want to call it. It was just the turnovers. And I told you right after the game happened, I said this game was defined by defense.
Yep.
The Pacers won, came out with a heavy defense. Thunder did not have a heavy defense. It's just Pacers needed a bit to, get their shots up, make them, and that type of stuff. So it was a defensive game from both sides. And I was because normally the announcers were talking about how the Pacers normally control the third and fourth quarter.
Yep.
Don't really, they kind of hang in there.
Can't find the point serve turnovers, but
okay. Yeah. I believe it was heavily in the
it should be.
Pacers.
Yeah.
So I believe they went the whole first half without a turnover, maybe, or the first quarter, one of the two. So it was. The Pacers normally are hanging there, but they had the lead from middle of the first quarter and did not let it go. They won each and every quarter.
Yep, that is correct.
I would say they did not win the fourth, but that didn't matter as much. Yeah. Their biggest quarter was the second quarter. They dominated that. They had a massive lead going into the second half and did not let go of that.
Because what did I say? What do I say? Whenever there's big momentum going, what do I say? Almost every single game.
Keep your foot on the pedal.
Pedal down. Keep going.
SGA with the least amount of points he scored all series. which I go back to defense. It's whether or not they were calling some fouls. I think the foul calling was actually really well. There were some misses, but misses on both sides, which I forget the reporter's name. We just say the Lin-Manuel Miranda lookalike.
Okay, yeah.
But he says he was talking about it, and he was I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, you're good. He was talking about it, and he said he doesn't like the fact that stuff isn't called on both sides and consistent, and I completely agree with him. John Zanis?
John Zanis.
John Zanis was talking about it, and he doesn't like how stuff isn't being consistently called. I completely agree. This game was consistently called, and look who came out on top. But I think a lot of the team. No, at the beginning of the series, I was like, I don't want anyone. I want Nimhart, Neesmith on SJ. But now I can confidently say, yeah, Shepard can be on him.
Yep.
Mather can be on him from time to time. Nimhart is the primary defender, so of course he's going to be on him. Neesmith as well.
You know who's done really good the past couple games? Siakam.
On defense?
On defense against Shea, a little bit more length.
There was a point in the game where it was whenever all the starters were in for both teams, they put Neesmith on Chet and switched Siakam to J-Dub because Neesmith wasn't doing anything against him. Yeah. So you have that, the lankiness of Siakam, and Chet wasn't really doing anything regardless.
Yep.
So, and you have help from Turner down low and all that stuff. So, and Neesmith is a very physical, plays more up like Caruso does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was, like I say, pedal down. There was not much of a let up. There were, you know how we always say basketball is a game of runs.
Mm-hmm.
Get your wipes ready. There weren't many runs for the Thunder in this one. It was there was a run at the beginning. The very beginning of the game. I think it was like 8-1 at one point, 8-2.
Yeah.
The Pacers had two free throws.
10-2, actually, at one point.
There was a little bit of, but after that, it was all the Pacers. The Thunder could not do anything to catch up, to really chip into. If they did, just a touch, just a hair, maybe in the third quarter, the Pacers would hit a three. Also got to say, yes, defense. I got to give it up for the offense and the ball movement.
Mm-hmm.
Ball movement, which
I think
is their game, but has also not been possible because of the type of style that the Thunder play defense.
I think that's another reason why they didn't score as many points is because they were moving the ball so much and so well that they would get to the end of the shot clock and they're like, oh, we got to put a shot up. I think some of the time they just forgot that they had to shoot the ball.
So much fun to pass it instead, just like in the movie Hoosiers.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna just go off something right here.
All right.
So, yes, Indiana is a small market. I understand that. But you're bringing the wonder boy of the NBA to a Game 7 in the finals. Can we please have more TV games next season? Be able to watch our team. That's all I say.
Yes. Yeah. Before this game, the odds were higher for the Pacers to win next year's finals than it was for this year's finals. I'm sure that the odds are still very heavily favored in the Thunder's way. But you're telling me there's a chance. You're telling me that there's a chance.
It's the hope that kills us sometimes.
But here's the thing. Hasn't this been kind of the MO of the Pacers? Not just in the playoffs, not just in many playoff games, but in much of the season,
There's
this
a
has
chance.
been how the Pacers operate in the best. Everyone counts them out. And the Pacers will say, just hold on a second.
Yep.
I got something to say.
Yeah.
And they go on. So passing, lots of passing. And so part of me wonders if some of those lanes are opening up and some of the hands are not as active on the Thunder because of the continued pace and pressure of the Pacers.
Wait, you're saying the Pacers have pace?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're saying they tire teams out?
Yes, that's kind of been the ongoing thing. The whole playoffs is like the Pacers pace, right? Because it is so true. You got to wonder, because the defense for the Thunder is so strong for the first 3-4 games easily, right? But mid game 4 has kind of started to dial back. You don't see the closing of the lanes.
Yeah, you didn't win. You didn't win game 4 or 5,
No.
but you're
grinding.
You're doing stuff out. You're playing chess, as you like to call it. Rick Carlisle playing a phenomenal game of chess right now.
Yep.
As it looks like, it looks like checkmate is coming soon.
Either way, checkmate is going to happen on Sunday, Sunday night. And so that's coming up. Something to get excited for. Like I said from the very beginning of this series. Now, it went through some troubling times there. If you love basketball, this is when you come back to the NBA. Now, in order for this to be pulled off successfully, I gotta say it. I don't like to say it, but they need some help from the referees. The NBA needs to not try to take control of this, but let the players
dictate,
play the game, and let the play on the court decide the outcome of the game.
Yep.
That is the only thing that we want, not only as Pacers fans and people who cover the Pacers, but simply as basketball lovers.
Yep.
One of the worst things that can happen is for a referee to insert themselves into the game and make game-changing, game-deciding decisions. It doesn't need to happen. We saw it at the end of the Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl a few years ago, not this past one. Not that it was necessarily a wrong call, just the wrong time to make a big call.
Yep. I want to say something. Can we have the same crew for this game in Game 7? This crew was
very good.
There were times where it was a questionable call, but they would gather together. That is the thing I like. Whenever if there's something big and they call something, they're not afraid to. Okay, let's come together. Let's talk about it real quick because that's what you're allowed to do.
Because the goal of any referee should be to
officiate
make
the game,
the right call. It doesn't matter. Set your pride aside and make the right call. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Tune in. Hopefully, the return of basketball will be back. Now, I'm not saying that the Pacers have to win for the return of basketball. No. I'm not saying that. I think
it would be nice, but they don't have to.
I think at this point, either team wins, honestly, in a well-officiated, well-fought, evenly matched game. I think it's great for basketball.
Yep.
I think it's great.
I agree.
Young teams, small markets, teams that, have players that came from other teams that started off their careers and that they're still young, and it's great. It's great. Okay, with all of that said, back to this game, or do you want to preview anything for Game 7?
No.
No.
We'll just keep it as whatever they did this game, do again.
Whatever you did this game, do again, just in hostile territory.
Yes.
which they have
They
been
have
able
done
to
multiple
do
times.
throughout this playoffs.
And last year's playoffs as well.
Yeah. So this is not unfamiliar territory at all.
Not at all.
Just go in and it's you against the world and love it. Relish in it.
Yeah.
With that said, what is your game-changing moment of this game?
TJ McConnell comes in the game and has his normal, 3 buckets and gets the crowd hype and didn't let it go from there.
All right. I like it. I had 2 because I didn't know if you were going to take mine, and you
Okay.
didn't take mine, so I'll have an honorable mention if that's all right.
Okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Honorable mention, and I'm going to put this honorable simply because it came before the other one, is the fast break where Tyrese is out on the wing and does a no-look to Siakam, who has 2 people in front of him at this point, and absolutely demolishes a poster on Jalen Williams. A little bit of payback for the 40-point last game, where just kerchunk dunk, and Jalen Williams is like, I can hear him his speaking whale.
Yeah.
That's my honorable mention. That's the honorable mention.
We go.
There's so many.
We say game-changing moment.
Yeah,
because it changes the game. That is the best moment of the game.
Yeah.
That no one talks about it from last game. That Neesmith putback dunk was crazy. Everybody was kind of like, "Ooh." No one's talking about it, or the media isn't talking about it because it didn't matter in the game. But it
got number 2 on top 10 on SportsCenter.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be
Somebody's
surprised if Siakam gets number 1.
Oh,
He should. But I was thinking about this earlier. Sorry, I'm kind of.
That's fine.
The Pacers, the Thunder have, they've been not always in control of the series, but recently they've been in control of the series.
Yep.
And you think about it. What are some explosive plays you remember of the Thunder this series? Not that many. The Pacers have been more fun to watch. If you're a Thunder fan, you're like, yeah, we're going to the free throw line. If you're a Pacers fan, look at that dunk. Look at this ball movement. Look at this basketball that is being played. The traditional, the right way to play basketball.
Yeah, I saw a joke post that was talking about clutch moments in finals history, and it had a LeBron 3 with the Cavs, a Ray Allen 3 with the Heat, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that got LeBron one.
Yeah, it had another big shot, and then it had a picture of Shea at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of other jokes where it's like what OKC rims used to see, and it's like Russell Westbrook dunking and doing all this stuff, and what they see now, it's Shea at the free throw line.
Oh, make it stop. Okay, so
game-changing moment.
My actual game-changing moment has to be, and this is the thing. Obviously, there's so many shifting of tides, and you could go way early because there was never really relinquishing. But the thing that put it away is a swing to Shepherd with the clock running out in the third quarter. He throws it up, but it's a great-looking shot because Shepherd is a great fundamental player. If you want fundamental player, watch Ben Shepherd play defense. Watch Ben Shepherd square up and shoot the ball.
Nimhard as well is very, very good at that.
Straightaway 3, buries it at the buzzer. Ben Shepherd, which is what? He's the 8th or 9th guy on the coming off the bench. But to me, that speaks volumes to the value of this team, top to bottom, which is what we've
You
said
are comfortable with
since
your
the
8th
beginning.
or 9th guy
Right.
shooting that.
Like the value of this team, top to bottom, to share the ball, be unselfish with the ball, and celebrate all the moments of every single player. Ben Shepherd put the game away. He literally put Shea on the bench and said, I'll see you in game 7.
Also, a quick thing. Not many times is there a team with 3 technicals and they still win the game. Tony Bradley, James Johnson got one, and then he got another one that got him kicked out of the game.
Yeah, that Tony Bradley situation was
Yeah.
Hartenstein.
He still got some New York in him.
Yeah, he's trying to audition for Off Broadway there. Okay. Last one then. Who's your player of the game?
There's a lot.
Uh-huh.
Halliburton could be there because of what he provided. Because he didn't start off top, but he was aggressive like he should be all the time.
Yeah.
But he got his 14 in. Didn't have as many assists because they were resting him because they didn't need to play him. It's a very smart move.
Yep.
It could be Siakam for his consistency.
Yep.
He had a double-double. But I'm going to go with the other guy who doesn't say he has a double-double, but I saw a rebound from him.
Yep.
Offensive rebound. I'm going to say TJ McConnell because, like my moment of the game, he started that, didn't let go. And he was the replacement point guard so that Halliburton could sit.
I totally agree with you. Not enough is ever said about TJ McConnell. Even if you say everything you can say about TJ McConnell, it's still not enough because what he does you cannot quantify. The energy he brings, because when a certain player comes in and sets the bar of energy, and that person is also the person who runs the offense, everyone else has to try to hit that level.
Yeah.
So it's the speed, the pace, the hustle, the hands. Like there are more steals in the game from other people when TJ McConnell is in there. But I'm going to give it not just because he got the highest points because of junk time, but he had key moments throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 3 big threes and had really a lot of opportunities for some of his amazing dunks, but were just taken away because the Thunder didn't want to get embarrassed. And that's Obi Toppin.
Yeah, they already got embarrassed one time, not another.
Obi Toppin, next time he's going to hit the top end of the backboard and, maybe stand on the rim and then just drop it in from there.
Yeah.
He probably could.
He could get out there. So
Yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not going to preview anything else. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That's all for today. The Valkyries, how will they respond after the brawl against the Sun? Then we will be back on Sunday. Actually, we'll probably be back, both of you and your mom, on Sunday, as both the Fever and the Pacers have a game, as the Pacers play the all-important Game 7.
Yep. Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.